Welcome back to another live episode of Seasoned Sunflower Hour. Happy Tuesday night to all of you in the States. And for all of you that are in, Indonesia, like myself, happy Wednesday morning. I hope your day's off to a great start. I am so excited to have all of you back. And as always, if you are new here, thank you for joining the Sunflower family. If you're not, thanks for coming back and joining. And if you haven't done it already, make sure you go ahead to hit that heart button, like us, follow us, subscribe so that you never miss an episode because we want to stay connected with you. And while you're at it, while you're connecting with us, find us on Instagram and Facebook also. We're everywhere, ALSA Chicago. Like I said, we want to stay connected with you on all social media platforms because, that's just a thing to do nowadays. And then, as always, we're going to start the night off with some greatness, especially now that we are in the month of November. Thanksgiving is coming up. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been spending a lot of time lately really thinking about what I am grateful for. And that list is so long. I will not bore you with it. But one thing I can tell you tonight that I'm extremely grateful for, besides all of you watching, is our caregivers. Everybody, even outside of just ALS, anyone that is a caregiver for any reason, thank you. Thank you for what you do. You guys are superheroes. You are rock stars. You are carrying the weight of the world and everyone else around you on your shoulders. So thank you guys. And actually, November is National Caregivers Month. So this is the perfect time to give a shout out to all the caregivers out there. Thank you for what you do. We appreciate you. We love you. And I know that you guys do so much. So thank you. We're giving you all the recognition you deserve today. You should be getting it every day, but specifically today in honor of National Caregivers Month. Thank you. And you guys, we got a little glimpse of it on the last episode. If you guys tuned in, we got to talk to an amazing caregiver herself. We got to hear her story. We got to hear from someone from our care service coordinating team who is amazing. So if you know a caregiver in your life, make sure you say hello and thank you and show them your appreciation as well. I love seeing everybody that is tuning in. Yes, you guys, I am looking forward to the show too. This is so fun for me because even though I sort of get a glimpse behind the scenes of what's happening, I know who the guests are, I know sort of the idea of where the show is going. At the same time, I kind of don't because this is live and you never know what's going to happen. And I am so excited. So I am on this ride with you. I feel like all kinds of fun things are going to be happening tonight. So I guess sit back, buckle up, and let's get ready to enjoy this. Again, as always, you guys know what's coming next if you've been a fan of the show and you've been watching every episode. But we have some really cool things in the chapter happening, and I love keeping you all up to date on all that excitement. So first up is our first look for charity. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're missing out, honestly. So every year, Chicago at McCormick Place, they do the Chicago Auto Show. It's a huge deal. People come from all over the place to come and check this out. And they highlight a very certain specific number of charities. And the ALS Association, the Chicago chapter, has been lucky enough multiple years in a row, we're back again this year, to be one of those very special selected charities that gets highlighted. And because of that, we share this excitement with all of you, and you guys can actually get tickets and you can come before the auto show even opens to the public. That's how exciting this is. You can come and you can get these tickets. It's first look for charity. It's so fun. You get to dress up and you get in there. There's so many amazing snacks. I got to go, I believe it was last year. It was so amazing. And you get a glimpse, you get to see all of the cars before anyone. And if you don't understand what that means, let me just tell you, this show is packed. It's so hard to get into. Floor to ceiling people, they're just everywhere. When you come for this first look, it is such a small number of people. You get to see every car. You get to touch the cars. You get to get in them. You get to have this whole experience at such a different level without there being lines and massive amounts of people. So this is actually really cool. Sam's going to put the link up. I think it's already there. She put the link up so you can buy tickets. And again, the money goes to our chapter, which is really cool. So come there. Our chapter is going to be there. You can meet everybody from the team. You can meet all the people that we talk about or that you've seen on the show. And you get to dress up and have a really great night out in the city. And again, the food, oh my goodness. And there's all kinds of food. You get to taste all foods from all the restaurants. You can just, make a whole night of it, going around trying everything. And drinks and cars. What more could you want? So the link is up there. First look for charity. Tickets available now. Make sure you get those before they are gone. And then also, you heard me talk about this before. This one really excites me. Feast for Families. I love this. This is so cool. So the ALS Association, or Greater Chicago chapter, is doing this for Thanksgiving. They are putting together meals for those families impacted by ALS. So this is one less thing that they have to worry about. You can help make that happen. So if you submit, any dollar amount is grateful. There's no dollar amount that is too small, but we have a goal of providing Thanksgiving meals for 90 families. So we are asking you guys, I'm rallying, I'm asking all of you, ask your friends, spread the word. We want to get $90 donations to provide meals for 90 families, because as you know, 90 is such a significant number for us, because every 90 minutes, someone is diagnosed with ALS, and every 90 minutes, someone loses that battle with ALS. So help us 90 the heck out of this. Feast for Families, donate $90 to provide 90 meals for those impacted with ALS. The link is up there right now for our GoFundMe. Pour that money in there, guys. And again, if you can't do 90, any little bit helps. Every $5, $10, all of that adds up to helping provide meals on Thanksgiving for those that need them. And last but certainly not least, this announcement is so exciting. I didn't even want to make it myself because I don't think I could do it justice for how amazing this is. So I'm going to bring on a pro to do it for me. She's going to spread the good news. She's got this amazing, exciting announcement to make, and I get goosebumps. I've got chills about this one. So let's bring back to the show. This is her new name now, producer extraordinaire, Sam. Come on in.
Oh, hello.
Hello, gorgeous. So hit us
All
with some great news.
So folks might remember from a past episode when Andrew Sigismund came on and his family was matching donations for a fundraiser we were doing up to $50,000 to support our care service program. That campaign closed on Friday, and I'm so excited to share that it closed fully funded. We raised the entire $50,000 that's then going to be matched by the family, for $100,000 going to our care services program. So that's supporting support groups, our medical equipment loan program, just all sorts of things throughout the entire year. This is going to be impacting just the entire year, and really just making so much good and helping to provide other families with the care that Carol Sigismund received. So we are so grateful. We're so thankful for everyone who tuned in, who helped share, if they were able to donate. Just what an amazing time. And we're so excited.
I mean, what more can you even say about this? What a great way to kick off our night, by the way. I truly do have, this is creepy, I have goosebumps, my arm hair is sticking out because I'm that excited that we did $100,000. That is huge. And as you said, the number of people that is going to help, that is impacting is just out of this world.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're helping hundreds of families in our territory of Chicagoland, Central Illinois, and Northern Illinois. And I mean, we know that the out-of-pocket cost for caring with ALS is estimated to be about $250,000, I believe. So we don't have a cure for ALS, but we are working to make sure nobody's going through this alone, and that we can make this journey, that we can ease as many burdens as possible, which is another, exactly what you were talking about with Feast for Families. Every little thing that we can do to make this time easier for folks, to alleviate the little things in the little battles, so that they can focus on spending time together. It's so incredible, and it's a blessing for sure.
It is. And you guys are doing this. And that's one of the things I think I love about the chapter itself, and you, Sam, and Julie, and everyone that's a part of this team, because it's your guys' mission to give people those moments. You guys are literally giving people more moments together with each other, because you're taking all of those little things off their plate so they can focus on the stuff that's really important and spending every second together that they have.
Yeah. And meanwhile, also funding research, working on a cure so that we can end this once and for all. But we can't forget about the families who are fighting currently while we're at it. So if anybody didn't have a chance to check out the interview with Andrew, I highly recommend it. I'll put the link in the comments after I hop off. But I mean, just an amazing family doing what they can to spread the word and support people who are following in the same footsteps that they unfortunately had to go through. So just incredible.
I love it. Well, Sam, I'm so glad that you got to be the one to share the good news because this is so exciting. Let's just one more time. I would really like to highlight that if you're just now hopping on and tuning in, guys, we met the goal. Thanks to the Sigismund family, we raised $50,000 thanks to all of you, and the Sigismund family turned that into $100,000.
Incredible. Yay.
Yay. So incredible. Sam, thank you so much. You're the best.
Thank you, Susan. Thanks for doing what you
Yes.
do. All right. See you later.
Bye. Well, I couldn't do what I do without that girl. So she makes me look like I kind of a little bit, maybe sometimes know what I'm doing. But seriously, the impact that this is going to have on people is beyond words. So again, thank you so much to all of you. And in case you didn't hear me say it before, on that episode where we had the Sigismund family come, we talked about their mom, Carol, and why they're doing what they're doing. In the matter of that 1 hour show, we were able to raise $4,800. That is huge. And that is literally all because of you guys. So thank you for rallying behind this. Thank you for stepping up, and thank you for doing something that is making the difference in someone else's lives. So thank you guys very, very, very much. We did it together. This victory is all of ours, and we're going to be helping so many people from this. So yay! And now I want to keep the good news rolling because tonight is just such an awesome night, and just the vibes are so good. I'm in such a good mood. So I hope all of you are too. And in fact, chime in. Let me know. Let me know what's going on. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know, hey, do you have any guesses yet of maybe who our next guest could be? Because if you do, I want to hear them. I'm excited to see what you guys can maybe come up with before I introduce our first guest. So chime in. I'll give you a second. You guys are being quiet today. Okay, well, you think about that. You ponder on who you think it might be as I do this introduction. So our guest on the show tonight, I am, as always, also excited about this. But our next guest has spent the last 14 years helping others as a licensed clinical social worker with an expertise in gerontology. She is a woman of many talents and wears so many hats, especially within our very own ALS Association family. She's an avid volunteer, a participant. She's a Walk to Defeat ALS champion, an ambassador, and in 2018, she joined the family more permanently and runs our bereavement support group for our very own Greater Chicago chapter. We are so, so lucky to have her as part of the family and for all the things that she does. So please welcome to the show, Jennifer Beckman.
Hi.
Hi. I love your shirt.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. We love all things sunflower here, if you can't tell. We just love them. We just love them so much.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Well, I'm so happy that you're here. So we have a lot to dive into. First of all, though, let's get to the reason that you're even here. The reason why ALS is so important to you. Your grandpa was diagnosed in the early 90s. You were young. So what was this experience like for you and your whole family? And on top of that, tell us about your grandpa.
Well, first of all, thanks so much for having me. It's an honor to be here. I'm very excited. Yes, early 90s. I'm going to date myself here. So my grandpa was diagnosed in 1997. So I was 13. Feels like a lifetime ago, but it was unique because I grew up in Central Illinois. I'm in the Chicago suburbs now. I grew up in Central Illinois, very small town. You drive by, you blink, you've missed the entire thing. So he'd had to go to St. Louis which is a 3-hour drive. So sure, I was thinking about our conversation tonight. I don't know why they didn't come to Chicago, so it was a little closer. But they drove to St. Louis, probably the referral came from there, whatever. They drove to St. Louis, 3-hour drive to get a diagnosis, which I'm sure many of you know takes quite a bit of time to get a diagnosis. I remember he started having pain in his right hand. It was tight. I remember him kind of like stretching it on the table. And, of course, a very long story short, that led to getting a diagnosis. And he was, my family likes to describe him as ornery. I'm not sure if that word gets used very often anymore, but they would describe it as Henri. He was, I guess, an instigator. He was very kind-hearted, but loved to give people a hard time, lovingly give them a hard time. He was pretty much my world. Another long story short, my parents were very young when they had him on. My mom was 16, so my parents helped raise me, and so he was a huge part of my life. We lived right across the street from them. I was there often, and so having him succumb to this devastating disease was very tough, as a lot of you folks know. A lot of you guys that are tuning in know that it's a very unique disease, very difficult, and yeah, so very tough. But he was an amazing man. So I could go on and on, so stop me.
Okay. I get sucked in though, because I love hearing about this, because I would say the common theme from all of this, what we've come to realize is that it tends to be the most incredible, amazing people that are diagnosed with ALS. And I have my theory on why that is. It's not fair, but I mean, I just love hearing these stories. I love hearing about them, especially when I didn't get the pleasure of getting to know your grandpa. So I love that you guys were close. I love that you had that relationship. And this is why we're here. This is why we're doing this, so that, people don't have to lose their grandparents or their parents or their brothers or sisters or sons and daughters to all of this. This is why we're doing it.
Yeah.
But so as you said, you were young. You were very young when all of this happened. And you sort of were thrust into ALS, seeing it firsthand, which thankfully many people at that age don't have to deal with. And that's how we want it. You weren't so lucky. You had it right there in your face. How do you think that shaped you? Kind of, I feel like it made you grow up a little bit faster. And do you think that played a role in any way, sort of in shaping the person you became now today, or putting you on the path, this trajectory of where your life has taken you?
Yes, absolutely. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a marine biologist, which is really hard to do in Central Illinois. I mean, that's one thing, but that was my career goal for many years. And then, as I got older and I realized that marine biology might not be great in a little town in Illinois, I went into psychology, and decided to go to graduate school and become a social worker. So as you mentioned, I'm a licensed clinical social worker. And, when you're in social work school, you have to have two different internships. The first internship I did at a psychiatric hospital. And the next one, I decided I want to do something completely opposite of that. And because my grandpa was on hospice, I was pretty young. And as a teenager, you're a little bit into what you're going through, and so I remember a lot of it, but I do distinctly remember him having hospice. And so I decided to do hospice as my second year internship in graduate school, which really then just changed the trajectory of my career. I knew, if you ask my parents, my mom, she knew I'd probably end up in the helping field, but in the helping profession. But that hospice experience really made me realize that I wanted to work in geriatrics. And so that hospice time led me into geriatric case management, then hospice as my career for a little bit. And I've done a little bit of everything, but it's all been in geriatrics. And so I think that experience with my grandpa really paved the way for where I'm at today. And I know we're going to get to this in a little bit, but, and doing the bereavement program, it's all really just come, I would say, along quite nicely. So
okay, kind of full circle moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it did. I think there's something really fun about that too, because it's kind of like this is because of your grandpa. So in a way, you're doing this for your grandpa, honoring your grandpa. So he's with you through all of this stuff. He helped lead you to this path of where your life has taken you. I think that's really amazing.
Yes, absolutely. He's played a big role. He was a big role when he was here, and he's still just as big as a role, even though unfortunately he's gone. So
I know that he's watching the show, and I think he's going to be laughing his butt off by the end of this episode. I just feel like he's going to be loving all the things that are going to be happening tonight right here.
Oh yes, it's going to get quite interesting. So everybody has to stay the entire time, because I can't ruin the surprise. It's definitely going to get real interesting.
Yeah, you know what? We're having fun with this tonight. We're having fun. Okay, so
For
speaking of this journey, this whole full circle moment. So, thanks to your grandpa, you found this new passion in geriatrics and helping people, which actually, since I've known you, I just can't even imagine you in any other field, honestly. You are meant to do something that impacts people. That's just who you are, and that's what you live and breathe. So, to me, it makes complete sense that you found yourself here. But specifically, with that and in working in the geriatrics field, how did you find your way then to the ALS Association?
That's a great story too. So as I mentioned, I was Central Illinois. My grandpa passed in 2002, so actually a few weeks short of my 18th birthday. A few years later, I believe I need to give credit to my mom, who found the Peoria Walk to Defeat ALS, so 2006. This was long before also Greater Chicago chapter had the territory. I'm assuming she found it online. We ended up going to that walk. We had a great time. We all had matching shirts. The whole family went. And then I think it was that. So this must have been like summer 2006-ish. I then moved up to Aurora to go to grad school, like I had mentioned. And then somehow, I don't remember exactly. I was trying to think. I don't remember exactly, but I'm assuming I probably just looked it up somewhere closer to here. And the ALS Association Greater Chicago chapter has been stuck with me since 2007. So we have been walking since 2007. I have not missed a walk since then. Okay, technically
It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Okay. Well, I feel like I would have like a disclaimer. So I have not missed a walk except for 2013. I was on bed rest. I was pregnant on bed rest, so I couldn't be there. If the doctor would have given me permission to go in a wheelchair, I would have, but they wouldn't. But I sent my husband. My husband, everything that I talk about that I've done, my husband's been right by my side. So I sent my husband. He volunteered at the walk. Actually, that year was also my biggest fundraising year. I ran 2 fundraisers. One of them, I don't think I mentioned this to you before. I was able to go to the one I had in Lombard. It was at a pizza place. So I had to sit, which I didn't like, but I got to go. The next one I had in Central Illinois, my hometown. It was a vendor event. It was a pretty big deal. My husband did Blink an Eye. He ran the whole thing. So he did everything and then volunteer. I'm like, one of us has to be there. We have to do it. So he was there. I have all the titles. I have the ambassador title, but I feel like John is probably he's earned an ambassador title, even though he doesn't officially have one, but he's been with me every step of the way. My family has joined when they could. But my husband and I have been there. We had a dog that came to a couple when the walk was in the city. And the one that it rained, I remember very distinctly. There's a little ALS Association bandana on. It's like, what? It's raining. So we grew our team by reproducing. So our children are now part of our team. And they
I love it.
Missed.
I'm sure that's the only reason you had kids, right? This is why you had them, so that you could grow the walk team and help the chapter. Yes.
Exactly. We had to make Papa's All Stars bigger, so we reproduced. So I guess that technically Ryan, my oldest, has been walking since 2014 because he was born in 2013. That's the one I missed. And then my daughter Madeline's been walking since 2015. So, so I've done a little bit of everything. I've volunteered. I'm now an ambassador as of 2015. I've done the committees. I've talked at what is called the kickoffs. I'm there whenever ALSA needs me. Is basically what I am. Whatever they need.
I love it. I mean, you're there all the time, which I think is so awesome. This is what I mean. I think this is what I love about this, because there are so many great causes in the world. There are so many different organizations. I have never met a group like the ALS Association's Greater Chicago chapter, because everybody from staff to volunteers to people that just, interact with us, those that donate, they are the most incredible people. And they like you, Jennifer, you live and breathe this also. How I was saying Sam does. I mean, you're at every event. Everything you do is spreading awareness, telling people about the chapter, wearing your gear out there, just walking up to strangers, letting them know, hey, this is what we do. This is why we're doing it. I mean, this fight to find a cure. This isn't just something that we talk about. Everybody here sort of, I don't even know what expression I would use, but live and breathe it, put your money where your mouth is, however you want to say that. You're doing
Yeah.
all the work to make this happen.
Yes, absolutely. I think Julie, the president, likes to say, we're in the trenches. We're in the trenches, and we're going to find a cure to end this, for sure.
Yeah, we will. There's no doubt. I have no doubt in my mind. We will. It's just when, but we will.
Yes.
We're getting closer every day. And this is, guys, this is another great moment to mention that all of your help helps get us there faster. So making these donations makes a huge difference. Volunteering your time, coming out and helping us set things up, helping spread the word, all of that makes a difference. And Sam will throw the link up in the comment, because we always have our Tiltify campaign going on through the show. So if you are inspired, if you do feel like you want to be a part of this and you want to help us put an end to this, you can do that. Again, either through your time, any treasures you want to give, or through physical donations that help us provide all of these things to those with ALS for free. The link will go up so you can donate to our Tiltify campaign. Any dollar amount is helpful, and all the money goes to the chapter. And again, all of the services we provide to people are completely free, and we do that because of you guys. So sorry, quick little plug there, not trying to get off topic.
Okay.
It's so important. Okay, so back to the topic at hand though, Jennifer. You were saying you really do it all. So you do it all within the chapter. Oh goodness. Oh, did she just kick herself out? Jennifer. We'll get her back. Don't worry. Sam will be on it. I got this. We'll get her back. I'm gonna brag on her for a hot second because she really does do it all. Here she is.
Difficulties.
You're getting just so excited that you just kicked yourself off. I feel like
I did. I got really excited. Sorry. Okay. I'm here.
I love that's okay. Yes, this is why we have Sam. Sam's the pro. She'll do all that for you. But so I was just going to brag on you for a second. As we said, you really do it all. You have done everything within the chapter. So you're a perfect person to talk about this, because what keeps you coming back? What keeps you coming back for more, since you've got a, peek behind the curtain, so to say, all the ins and outs of this. Why do you keep coming back, and why is it so important for you to come back and to spread awareness for ALS?
Yeah, well, you hit the nail on the head earlier when you said that the ALSA, the staff at ALSA, everyone associated with ALSA is family. I've been doing this for so long. This is just something that I do. My family does it. There are a lot of people in my life, aside from my family, that have never met my grandpa, don't know who he is, but know that I do this. They know that this is what I do. It's important to me. And I'm here, of course, to help find a cure and to do all the things, but doing this every year and through the year is how I honor my grandpa, and it's how I get to talk about him. Otherwise, it doesn't really come up in conversation, right? So I get to talk about him. I get to make sure his memory is kept alive, and I think this is the best way that I can spend my time to honor him. And I just hope that he's up there and proud of me. So, yeah.
I have no doubt. I have absolutely no doubt. Not only is he proud of you, but I guarantee he's up there bragging on you too. He's telling everybody, you've got all kinds of angels looking down on you, because he's up there bragging about all the great things that you're doing down here. And speaking of some really great things, we've got some amazing comments that have been popping up. So Donna Clax is saying that you are such delight, and she just loves the whole ALSA Chicago chapter, that everyone's been a blessing. And that is so true. I couldn't say it better myself. They really are such a blessing. So, okay, keeping on this whole bazillion hats that you do wear, because not only do you have a billion jobs within the chapter, but then, you're also a kick butt superhuman mother and wife and daughter and all of the things. You do all of them. Like you had mentioned before, so in 2018, you actually joined the chapter in a whole nother role. You took on another hat. So let's talk about that. What is that?
Yes, 2018. So we've talked about, I'm sure you talked about this too, but the ambassador meetings we have twice a year for our kind of like super volunteers. In one of those meetings, the idea for a bereavement support group was born. I don't know who I can give credit for that, but an ambassador in one of those meetings had the idea, which is a huge need. And I was reached out to by Julie and Giovanna, which is a amazing honor in itself. I was asked to basically start the program, figure out the program, create the program. And so I've been doing that since 2018. So it meets every fourth Wednesday of the month. It's a virtual. We had plans to go in person in 2020, and as we know, that didn't go so well. So yes, every month, anyone that has lost someone to ALS comes and can join my group. It is, I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I run it, but I always tell the people that come, it's their group. It's a time for them to connect and share their stories. There's like bereavement support groups that anyone can join all over the country, but this one is unique in the fact that, and as I'm sure you've probably said in this show, ALS is a very unique disease, and so it's a very unique experience for the people that have lost someone to ALS. So it's a chance to share stories and just know that you're not alone. So I've had the pleasure of doing that since, like I said, 2018. It really blew up this year, I think, because people are looking for ways to connect, right? After last year, they need some support. So I am honored. I was so honored to be asked to do that. And another great way that I can give back, actually, the group meets tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know, Sam, if you've got that handy, you're the producer extraordinaire. If you want to throw a link in there, it meets tomorrow. I didn't think about this till just now, but it meets tomorrow. And so I said fourth Wednesday, but because of the holiday, we're meeting a week early, so we're actually meeting tomorrow. So
okay, I just love that. I love that this is, first of all, highlight the fact that we have some rock star ambassadors, and these meetings do spark some incredible ideas that, that one idea turned into this. And this is just another amazing service that we offer. Because now that we're offering it, it's kind of like, how did we not have this the whole time? I don't even remember us not having this, but it's huge. What do you think, not only just this bereavement group, but just the whole chapter in general? Why are they relevant? Why do you think we are so relevant? What we're doing is so important.
It is so important. I'm not sure everybody realizes how much the ALS Association Chicago chapter really does. I think adding the bereavement program really just takes everything full circle, right? It's there. Our nurses and social workers are in there with families, kind of virtually, more so virtually nowadays, but getting in there, seeing what the needs are, taking care of our pals, our persons with ALS, doing everything. They are doing all of the things. So it's just so needed. And, I know that we talk a lot about research, and yes, research is important, and that's what the walks are for, is to raise money for research, but also, you said this earlier, the funds that we raise help those that are living with ALS, ease some of that burden, because Sam was right. It's $250,000 to take care of someone with ALS. So it is, I think I'm getting off topic, but the ALS Association is just so needed, and our territory is very large, and so there's always a great need. But going back, I think it's full circle, right? We're there with them through all of the steps of the disease. Why wouldn't we be there after? And sometimes we're almost needed more after, right? That is really where it gets tough as well. I mean, it's all tough, but all aspects of it.
Oh, that makes so much sense. And like you said, I think the joy you get out of being able to still share your grandpa's story, still talk about him, still keep his memory alive, you're giving that to so many other people, and this outlet, because you know what they've been through. All of you guys in this support group, you've all been through the same thing, and there is a different connection that happens when you really have been through this journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I love that you're doing this. This is so exciting. And Sam did put the link up there. So if anybody watching is interested in this, if you yourself have lost someone to ALS, or you know someone that has, please share that link with them, because this is so important to be able to talk about this, again, in a group of peers that have been through this and have walked in your shoes and know what you're going through. And it's led by the amazing Jennifer, who has a whole background in this. Not only has she experienced it firsthand, but she's been trained in all of these things. So she's there to help you every step of the way.
Absolutely. That was my shameless plug, right? Stuck that in there. So
yeah, I love it. We love well-placed plugs on this show. We love them. And you know what else? You know what else we love on this show, or at least I do, I hope everyone else does, is food.
Want me to set up while you talk?
Let's do it. I have an extreme love for food. We're going to take a walk with Jennifer.
Wow. Yes, take a walk
Yeah.
with me to my
We're
kitchen.
gonna take a walk with Jennifer. Yeah, we're gonna go into her kitchen. So, guys, this is so exciting, and I want to hear. By the way, also before I get into this, Kathy Pat, thank you so much for chiming in. She enjoyed listening to you, Jennifer, and your journey. I love seeing the comments, you guys. I love you being so active, and I love you, Kathy, and I love you, Donna. I love you guys so much. So, thanks for tuning in. So now we're taking a walk. We're joining Jennifer in her kitchen. I want to know as we do this one, I'm being very serious. I want you guys to chime in and let us know if you love doing this, if you want to see more of this, because I'm real excited about this. I love food. I think you do too, right, Jennifer? You love food.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We love food.
Absolutely.
We love food. And I am not a cook. Are you a cook? Yeah, okay.
The bare minimum. Like I can get by, feed my family, and that's it. That's all I need.
You know, it's true. I should say, you do get massive credit because you do have 2 humans that rely on you and they are still alive. So obviously you're doing something right. You've been able to feed them.
Minimum complaints, sometimes complaints, but
Okay.
I keep it
Okay.
easy. I keep it real simple. I gotta show you my setup. Well, I don't know, talking about. Let me know what you want me to. I'll show you my setup. It's like a cooking show.
Okay, yeah. Let me tee this up, guys. Yeah, we're gonna have a live cooking show right here. So basically, let me sum this up for you, all of you. If you don't know it yet, if you haven't seen the past episodes, so I am in Indonesia. I'm living in Indonesia. I love it. It's been amazing here, and there's all kinds of new. I'm getting exposed to all kinds of new cultures, new experiences, and new foods. And I'm a foodie anyway. I don't cook, but I love eating, and I have been eating my way through all the places in Indonesia, all kinds of yummy things. And so with the holiday coming up, I know cooking is going to be on everyone's mind. Everyone's going to be looking up different recipes for, pumpkin pies and stuffings and all kinds of Thanksgiving things. But we wanted to bring you into the world of Indonesia and maybe one of the authentic recipes from here. And I have to say, there were so many to choose from. So I hope that we can do this segment again. I hope you guys love it because I have a whole list of things that I want to cook, especially with you, Jennifer, because as I was saying earlier, I love this. This is why this is going to be entertaining. This is basically the blind leading the blind. So what we're doing here, I picked something. Jennifer has no idea what it is. So I picked something that is signature to Indonesia. I'll tell you what that is in a second. Something I have been eating since the day I got off the plane. It's been amazing. She has no idea what this is. All I did was send her the list of ingredients. So I'm going to see if she can guess what this is. She doesn't know what we're making. She doesn't know what's coming. I've never made this. She's never made this. I am going to try to walk her through the recipe and she's going to try to cook it. And we're just going to see what happens. We don't know if it's going to turn out. We don't know what it's going to taste like. Neither one of us have done this before. So this is just like a blind trust exercise here. We're going to make this happen. So Jennifer, so some of the ingredients I gave you was, I don't even know. I need to look up the recipe here because I don't know what I'm doing. But corn and flour and eggs and shallots and scallions, garlic, celery, ground pepper, ice water. So based on those things, do you have any idea what you're going to be making?
No, because I know that frying is involved. I've got my skillet heating up. Hopefully it heats up quickly.
Okay.
I have no idea. I thought falafel, but that's with like chickpeas, I think. That's probably as close as I got to any sort of guess. I have no idea. I'm just glad I got all the right ingredients. I'm glad I found this tapioca flour, also known as tapioca starch, because the recipe you gave me was tapioca starch. So thank God they wrote that on it. So yeah, okay. I don't know. It's gonna get real interesting. Is what's gonna happen. So.
I love this. Okay, does anyone watching, based on those ingredients, so fresh corn, eggs, shallots, garlic, scallions, celery, all-purpose flour, rice flour, salt, ground white pepper, and ice water. Does anybody out there have a guess what we could be making? I'm seeing, this is funny. Nobody knows. Look at this.
Nobody knows.
We're professional here. Cooking show, Cooking Network. Watch out. Give us a call. Look at that. We've got this. We've got this staged up. Kyle has no idea either. Okay. Well, you guys, I'm going to tell you right now. It was one of the actually. I love it. You have a cute assistant. Hi, cutie. Hey, Hi. Tell everybody your name. Maddie,
Maddie.
you are so beautiful. Now, Maddie, I want you to pretend that your mom is not next to you for a moment, and I want you to tell me the truth. Is your mom a good cook? Yeah, she is. Are you excited for her to cook this? Yeah.
She helped me set it up. She helped me chop up the shallots. I had a chopper. I mean, it got really interesting. Did your eyes get watery? Yeah.
Speaking of shallots, I love this. So I'm going to bust you out for this because we talked about this before we went live. So this will give you a taste, everybody that's watching, of what is to come and how comical this is probably going to end up being. So Jennifer, let's tell everybody, how did you do with those ingredients? I sent you a list of ingredients. How did you do with that?
Gosh, there was a lot of Googling in the aisles. Shallots, there was scallions, and I don't know. I read shallots, but my head said scallops. So I had to make sure I'm buying the right thing. And then scallions had green onions. So I'm like, no, but I think these are scallions. And so I had to Google that. Good to know it's the same thing. Everything else was okay. Oh, the tapioca flour, that was interesting. It's actually called for rice flour. There was no rice flour. So got the tapioca flour. I mean, it could have been a lot. It could have been way worse. I don't know what I did before Google. So thank goodness. I'm gonna turn down my pan because I feel like it's getting really hot, which is good.
It's true. It's true. This is hilarious. I'm really glad that we had Google and that we didn't end up with scallions, because this is not a seafood dish. So that would have been real interesting. So guys, so what we are making, it's actually one of the first things I had when I landed here in Indonesia. So this is, you can find these at pretty much everywhere. A lot of street vendors sell them on the side of the road. You can find them in every restaurant. It's one of the main side dishes. Actually, it's one of the two most popular side dishes in Indonesia. It's called bakwan jagung. I probably butchered that name, so I'm really sorry to any Indonesian that's watching this. But bakwan jagung, basically what that means is it's a corn fritter. It's a good old corn fritter.
Okay.
Yes, so that's what we are making tonight, corn fritter. And like I said, this is one of the two most popular side dishes here in this country are their potato fritter and their corn fritter. So yeah, pretty much every meal I've had comes with a corn fritter. And then I buy extra to go because there's a lot of stray animals here and I carry them with me. I have a little container that I carry them with me and then I give them to the animals too. So I am feeding the world of dogs here with these corn fritters. So I'm real excited for this recipe, if I can get into this. So I found this recipe off of a woman who's actually a professional chef. She's owned restaurants. She moves and she lives in Indonesia and she cooks these here. And this is her recipe. So if it fails miserably, we're going to blame her because clearly it's not going to be anything we do.
Oh no, not gonna be me at all. Yeah, this will be great.
Yeah, no way. It's not gonna be us. And this is super easy to do because when we'll give you guys all this as we're doing it, we'll walk you through it because the prep time on this is only about 15 minutes. The cook time is only 45 minutes, but we're faster. We don't need all of that time because we're pros. Yeah. And this specific recipe that we're gonna make makes 36 fritters, which is super cool. So let's dive into this because you already have all the ingredients and I can get myself down here to the ingredients. I'm using good old Google too for these recipes. So I'm going to tell you all. So corn, most important ingredient, corn. If you do not have, it calls for 3 ears of corn that you have to, cut up, but you know what, we're busy. We don't have time for that. So you can use canned corn or frozen corn, but very, very important note about this. If you do either of those things, frozen or canned corn, make sure it's thawed, obviously, and then you have to towel dry them, paper towel dry them. You cannot have any water. Water will mess up the recipe. It'll throw off the levels of water we're already putting in. So make sure your corn is completely dry. You need about 3 US size shallots, which now we know what that is. Not scallions. Yes, not those. We need shallots. We need shallots, and those need to be minced. To be totally honest, I don't even know what that means. So,
well, I mixed them. So I cheated. The garlic is minced. Cheating, right? Cheating.
Love it.
Like I said, we use a chopper because many years ago, I cut my finger cutting a carrot, so my husband immediately bought me a chopper. So I think we've done our best job of mincing. That's the one that's that's one to make sure let's cover that.
This is amazing. So can I just say we're off to a great start.
Oh, yeah.
Almost bought scallops, almost bought seafood, didn't know what the ingredients are. And last time you cut a carrot, you sliced your finger. So this is going to be fantastic. So we've got that 5 cloves of garlic that are also minced, which you're already on top of. This is really funny to me because if you're using Chinese celery, you need 2 stalks thinly sliced. But you can substitute that for one stalk of American celery, of US celery. So I guess it depends on what kind of celery you get. So use that. You're chopping that up. You're looking for about 1/4 a cup of celery. Yep. You want two stalks of scallions thinly sliced. So that's about 1/4 of a cup. You've got that. Love it. I did not Google this. I hope you did actually, because I'm messing this up already. 150 grams of all-purpose flour. I don't know what that comes out to.
Yeah. And as Google wants that, it was like 2 2.25 cups, I believe.
Oh yeah, 2/3 cup. I did do that. Yeah, 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour. And this is super important, guys. This is the secret ingredients. Okay, secret ingredient here. The rice flour. Which it's okay because if you can't find rice flour, which sometimes if you are going to make this at home, you guys, you can find it in Asian markets or international markets. They'll have rice flour, but if you can't find it, you can substitute that with tapioca starch, which is what you have. This is important because this is what actually makes the fritters crispy. So if you don't have this, you will just have piles of just gooey stuff. You won't have crispy fritters like we get here. So make sure you have that. And that is 75 grams. I don't know what that comes out to, but you do.
2/3 of a cup, if my memory serves me correctly. Don't quote me. Google it.
Love it. Okay, yeah, exactly. Google 75 grams of either rice flour or tapioca starch, and then 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground pepper, 300 milliliters of ice cold water, another super important ingredient. You really need that. Yeah. And I guess from what I was reading, what makes the corn fritters work is the extreme temperatures. So the oil has to be insanely hot. It needs to be 340 degrees. So
put that in now, probably.
Yeah. Put that in as we're chatting, and let that heat up while we mix everything together. Aw, the Rickies are watching and they're so jealous. They wish they had a cute little assistant like Maddie. I do too, guys. I wish I had an assistant like her. I love this. Oh, Jennifer and Maddie are the perfect cooking stars. I think they are too. I think we're spawning a show.
We had our own show. I think we would turn on the fire alarm like we sometimes do, don't we? Yeah. It happens.
You know what? It could happen. I think that's just the alarm telling us, "Yay, go you guys! You're making something great."
I'm dabbing the corn to get a little bit more moisture out of there. I might not add as much water.
Beautiful. Yes. Let's get all that wetness out of the corn, guys. That's really important. And then again, the hot and the cold. So she's already got the oil. We're doing a pan. We're doing a skillet, and actually, let's see, the best pot to use, they recommend, is a cast iron skillet or pot or a Dutch oven because those retain the heat the best. So look at this. I'm giving you all kinds of helpful tips to make the absolute best corn fritters, just like you all can sit back, make these, and feel like you're here in Indonesia too, just like the street vendors make. So that's important. And then again, the hot and cold. So she's got the oil heating up. We want it at 340 degrees. And the ice water is really important. So when we mix all these ingredients together, the ice water is going to keep things cold and actually, obviously, show magic. We're doing this a little bit faster. But if you're making this at home, when you mix all these ingredients together, then go ahead and put them in the fridge. Let them get super, super, super cold while you go and heat up your oil, because you want the extreme cold dropping into the extreme hot. That is another secret on how to make these things crazy crispy. So keep that in mind. Okay, so you ready to do this? We can do this so fast.
I mean, we'll see. I have the window open in case we do turn on the fire alarm. It's a little sensitive, so.
Okay. Is your husband ready with like a fire extinguisher somewhere in the near vicinity?
The boys in the basement, hopefully they'll come and save us, right?
I love it.
I guess we'll find out. That'll just be more entertaining for everybody at home. Here we go.
It will. It will
Yep.
be. It will be. We got this. I know we can do this. Okay. Traditional corn fritters, here we come. So we
Okay.
need a large mixing bowl. Got that. Love it. Okay. So we're going to start putting in the corn.
Hold on, baby. I have it on paper towel, so I'm just gonna do it like this. I'll let you
Guys,
dump
can I
some
just say, I don't cook, but I love to eat. I really love this power right now of I just get to tell you, and you two beautiful people get to make it. I really wish I was there to eat this. I know. I love this. Okay, so you put the corn in. Now you're going to add the minced shallots. Add in that garlic.
I'm sorry. Okay, shallots going in.
Shallots going in.
Okay.
Oh, Maddie, I agree with you. Add in the garlic.
Okay. Do you have handy how much garlic? Because I'm cheating. Was it 5 cloves?
That's a great question. Let me consult my Google. Yeah, it was 5 cloves of garlic minced.
Okay.
Yeah. Throw that all in there.
We're gonna guesstimate. This strong smells too, Manny.
Oh yeah, you guys are gonna be smelling real good after you eat this. Throw in those scallions.
Oh, we had a difficulty with the lid. Hey, go ahead and open this, please. All right.
Mussels. Maddie's the mussels.
Okay. Oh, no, that's the celery. Which are also known as green onions, in case you didn't know.
Now we know. We're all about teaching on this show.
Right? The more you know. Like a shooting star. Okay.
Exactly. Lesson of the day.
All right.
Go ahead and throw that celery in there. We're basically throwing all the ingredients, I think, in one by one. Yeah, throw the celery.
Here comes the rest of the garlic. Thank you, lovely assistant.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh no, Maddie, is it stinky? Are you trying to tell us it stinks? Because that's not a good sign. Maybe this is not a good recipe.
It's very strong smells. I think she's still a little traumatized from the scallops earlier. Scallop.
Who knows what we're making at this point? We don't know. It could turn out as, like a tuna on the grill. We don't know at this point.
Right. Okay.
Okay, love it. Celery's in. Throw the eggs in.
Eggs.
Love it. Eggs are in. The flour.
Regular flour, not the fancy flour. Right?
I mean, both are going to go in. Yeah. Throw in the all-purpose flour and then the tapioca starch and the salt and the ground white pepper.
Okay, now this one. Good. And
the ice cold water. Throw it all in there.
Wait, we got to measure it. We're just making it cold, okay? Oh, making a mess.
You guys, I love watching Maddie's face as all of this is unfolding. This is not a shining endorsement yet. She is holding her nose. Maddie, I'm a little worried about this, Maddie. I hope these taste good. Do you like corn? Maddie, have you ever had a corn fritter? Do you know what that is?
She likes corn. It's corn, right, baby? I like eggs. You like it? And I like celery.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a feeling you might like this.
You were testing the celery earlier.
Very important part of cooking, I'm sure of it. You have to taste test the ingredients to make sure they're good.
All right, we're gonna do a little less water, just
in case.
I guess we could always add some more.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm mixing.
Yeah. Yes. So you mix all of that with a spatula, guys. You're not putting this in an actual mixer. You don't want to do that. You're mixing it gently with a spatula until the batter gets thick. So she's putting some muscle into it. She's mixing it.
I don't have a good overview of my. Ooh. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
We're getting there.
Love it. We're getting there. We're getting there. Hey, Maddie, while your mom's mixing that up, since you have been at all of these ALS walks, can you tell us what it's like? Do you love going to the walks?
Do you know the walks? Remember we did the bikes last year because we couldn't do the walks in person, right? And then this year, mommy did a run. You remember? No, you don't remember? Maddie, I guess
think-
so 2019, Maddie was only 4.
Okay.
Or no, well, not even 4 yet. So,
Okay.
so she
I think
maybe
we-
remembers the ones at home.
I think we traumatized her with the smell of that garlic and those onions. I think we just, she's forgotten all of her words now.
Right? And she's very Maddie is very task oriented, so she is probably focused on the task at hand, right? We're gonna make these.
I love it. I love it. So guys, basically, this recipe is so simple. It's 3 steps. It's truly 3 steps. It's as simple as like,
Yeah. Well, the pan is hot. That's what we smell. Okay, so
is it nice and thick? Ooh,
What do you think?
love it.
Okay.
I like
So I
it.
think it's mixed. I don't see
Yay.
any egg yolks. It looks mixed to me.
Beautiful. Now, again, in the moment of live magic, we're not going to take the next step, but you would put this in the refrigerator, let it get cold, let it keep doing its thing and getting a little bit thicker. And you leave that in there for a little bit while you're heating up your pan. And then you bring out the crazy, crazy cold mix. And then you start putting it in the fryer. We're just going to skip over this because we know it's going to be amazing anyway. So you can either take a ladle or you can use an ice cream scoop or whatever you want to do. But now all we do is you have this super hot oil that is on the stove that is safe because we don't want anyone to burn themselves. And you just drop a ladleful into the hot oil and fry it until it's golden brown. So it'll be about 2 to 3 minutes on each side.
Okay. All right, Maddie.
And
I'm gonna have you stay here because it's hot. Yep. All right. And I'm gonna bring Steven. You're gonna come with me.
Yay! I love this. I love that we get a glimpse into your kitchen too. We get to watch you work in your magic space.
I was gonna clean like the floors. I'm like, not until maybe after this. Might be a better
Good
idea.
call.
So.
Good call. Good call. And guys, a couple extra tips here that I learned while I was Googling and reading this recipe is that a great way to tell if it's hot enough is if you take a little bit of the batter, it should be shimmery and the oil should be sort of shimmering. And then if a piece of batter goes in there, it should just sink a little bit and then pretty much pop up to the top pretty quickly. That's how you know it's hot enough.
Okay, we'll try that. So just a little bit of the batter. I don't know if I can do this and do this. Oh yeah, we'll try this.
Ooh, talent.
Ooh, I think it's hot enough. I think it might need more. If they're gonna be big,
love it. No, you can make them as big. You can make them whatever size you want. Just take some of that batter, just toss it in there, and we might have to give that new oil a little bit of time to heat up, but it's okay.
Hey man, I'm gonna go open the little smoke in here. Okay,
And
we're good.
I love it. We're frying up some corn fritters. And guys, another really awesome tip is to use a high smoking point oil, which honestly I didn't even know what this meant, but I'm just taking the recommendations. They said either peanut oil, canola oil, or vegetable oil. Those are the best oils to put this in. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. And then after you fry them, you just want to have a sort of the racks to cool them on, but make sure you put a pan, like a cookie sheet or something underneath it because it is going to drip and you don't want to get all that all over your counter. So you just want sort of a cooling rack, something with some metal wires that you can set. Once we take them out of the hot oil, we'll set them on there, let them dry for a hot second. Beautiful. And then these puppies are ready to eat as soon as they're cool enough to go in your mouth.
All right, I think we're good. But Maddie, I'm going to stand back so it's going to sweat. Okay, you go 50. Lovely assistant. We don't want to injure the lovely assistant. All right.
Our goal today is to make these without getting any injuries.
No injuries. I might throw this in there and step back. Okay. Are you ready?
We're ready. Let's
Here
do
we
this.
go.
Corn fritters, here we come.
You're on your tippy toes. Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
I hear some sizzles.
We're gonna try
Oh, I
this,
love
and I
it.
got a scooper.
I love it. So it says like 2 to 3 minutes on each side. So we
Okay.
have a couple minutes. So as that sizzle, that looks good. I think we're onto something. I think we're doing this right.
I mean, it doesn't look terrible, so we're good. We're all right. We'll do another. Okay.
I love it.
We'll see. Oh yeah, now we're sizzling.
Ooh, sizzle. That's the sound of magic happening. Something's happening there. Let's hope it's what's supposed to happen because neither one of us know if it's not. But I think we're on the right track here.
I think we'll be good.
Have you
We're gonna try.
have you ever tried corn fritters? Do you like these things?
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever had a corn fritter. I'm definitely gonna try it tonight, but we'll see.
So I don't know if this is a thing because I don't cook. I don't know. Can you put plastic into hot oil? Is the oil just going to melt your plastic thing in your hand?
Good to call. We got a metal one. We'll do this. I don't think it'd be that hot, but it's always
don't
good
know.
to be safe.
I don't
Or
know.
maybe even just like the regular. I got a metal one. We'll be good.
I love it. I think a seasoned sunflower hour cookbook is needed for holiday gift giving. You know what? That is a
Absolutely.
great idea. I'm into it. We will try all these recipes out. Oh.
I got many girls. I know. I'm coming on board with that. We could definitely do that.
I'm into it. You know what? Actually, I love this idea. So I want to challenge everyone that's watching. If you guys have a favorite recipe, something that maybe a comfort food, something that's been passed down from your family, just whatever it may be, if you have a favorite recipe, go ahead and submit that to us and maybe we can make this happen. Maybe we can put together sort of a compilation of all of our Sunflower family's favorite recipes. Either we can try cooking them, we can make our own little cooking show on Twitch. We'll try all of these recipes. We'll see if they're, Season and Jennifer and Maddie approved, especially since the two of us aren't cooks. So if we can do it, anyone can do it. So let's make that happen, you guys. So you can submit them. You can shoot them to either direct message us on Instagram at ALSA Chicago, or you can go ahead and email them to me, season@alsachicago.org. But that's an awesome idea, Donna. Thank you for bringing that up. I think we should make that happen. Cookbook coming soon. Contribute some recipes to that, and let's see what we come up with. Or let us know if you have any things that you enjoy, and I'll try to find a recipe for. We can see how that goes. So so we're doing 2 to 3 minutes on each side. How are these puppies looking?
I think we're doing okay. I think this was very greasy. Hold on, I'm going to transfer it and I'll show you guys. This one looks okay. Actually, I think it smells pretty good. Maddie, do you think it smells good?
Ooh.
Oh, watch your head. Here we go. We're going to show them. Oh,
ooh.
I don't know if you can see it very well. Keep back up, baby. It's a little bit of a shot.
I love it.
But it looks cooked,
okay.
So that's good. You want to make sure that it's cooked well.
It's true. We're not about raw eggs here. Sam, do you actually have the photos that I sent you? Do you have the pictures of what the recipe shows them that they look like? So Jennifer, can you zoom in? Can you take your phone? Can you zoom in for us on what your corn fritter look like? And I'm gonna have Sam throw up that photo of what they should look like. Let's see how close we came to. Let's see if people still want to cook from us. Well, that's Sam's going for it. I love that. Oh, that is that's a little cooked. But you know what? I think we're on the right track.
Hold on. This side's better.
I love this. You know what? That is so awesome. Well, I don't want you to burn the other ones. When Sam gets that one up, we'll do a side-by-side comparison. But yeah, I guess we should wait till we've tasted these before we actually say that people want a cookbook from us. If these don't taste right, they may take back that request. Ooh, so we're asking people, what's your favorite Thanksgiving day dish? And the Rickies are all about that turkey. Me too, guys. I'm a
Yeah.
stuffing girl. I love me some stuffing. Mm.
Hey, say hi. I got another little helper. Hold on.
Hi. Did you smell the food? Does it smell so good you just had to come and see what it was?
Oh, what is it? These are corn fritters.
Oh, can I get down? Because I'm having a party.
You're having a party? Okay.
Oh,
That was Ryan.
don't worry.
We're
We'll supply the corn fritters for the party. Don't worry.
All right. Well, this one looks a lot better. You know, that was the first one. You know, the first
Okay.
one is trial, right? So
True. Child. The first one never counts. Hey, Maddie, what do you think about the smell now? Do they smell good now?
I think it smells good.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. So that's what they should look like.
Okay. Well,
Okay. There we go. That's perfect. That's what they should look like. So Jennifer, throw up there. Let's give them a little something, something. Show them what they do look like.
Ooh, hold on. I gotta put it on a spatula. Okay.
Oh. Ooh. You know what? That's close.
Ish. I mean, ish.
Yeah. I think we're onto something.
It's okay. It's a little. It's all right. I mean, it's better than I thought it was gonna be.
I love this. You're
My
right.
skills.
Oh, we got a comment. Should is subjective. You are very right, viewer. It is subjective. And, I think ours have a little bit more character and personality.
Absolutely.
Who
Absolutely.
wants a perfect? It looks too good to eat in that picture. We don't want that. We want the real thing. We're giving you a glimpse on what what they actually look like. When the average person who isn't a professional chef makes them, this is what they come out to be. So I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically this batch makes 36 or around 36. Oh, great job. She is doing great. We're going to add another hat to the plate here of your many talents. Now we're going to add cook and chef, cord fritter master to the list. Guys, this batch will make about 36 of them, give or take a few. It's that simple. It's literally 3 steps. The ingredients are super simple. And what's really awesome about this is it's completely subjective. You can make whatever you want. You don't have to do the things we did. You can throw in any kind of ingredients you want, as long as you keep some of the basics, the water, the all-purpose flour, the starch, the salt, the pepper, all of that stuff. But throw in veggies. If you're vegan, you can make vegan version. I'm getting too excited about looking at all these fritters. If you are vegetarian, you can make vegetarian ones. You can throw meat in there. Really play around with this recipe, make all kinds of versions of this, but corn fritters happen to be my favorite because I've been eating them every day. I want to see you guys taste these. I want to see what you think of our Indonesian version of corn fritters. Let's give this a try.
Try one. Put your ice away. Okay, let's do the prettiest one. Okay. All right, hang on. You're gonna come back with us.
Yes, I love it.
Okay. All right, Maddie. Steps the wall. Go. You gonna try this? I'm so proud of you. You're gonna try it. Okay, let's get a fork.
I'm so jealous right now.
You want me to try it first? You want to try it first?
Try it first.
You try it first? You're going to try it? All right, Maddie's going to try it first. So make sure it's not too hot. And make sure it's done in the middle. Okay. Let me see. It's good? Yeah? Okay.
Yay!
Are you telling the truth or just because you're on TV or on a show? No, you're not telling the truth.
So is this a 2 thumbs up? Is this a Maddie approved recipe? Yeah. Yay!
That's good. It's very good.
Ooh. I love it. Is it nice and crispy? Is it all the things that we wanted it to be?
Oh, she's going for more. Ooh, drop it.
Okay, this is a good sign. So we were off to a rocky start. That the ingredients smelled bad, but apparently once you cook them, it smells fantastic. And it is obviously Maddie approved, and she's going back for more. I love this.
Yeah, I'm surprised. So that's good.
Oh, and more.
Yeah. Oh,
Yay! I love this. Okay, well, we might have just found a new Beckman family favorite recipe here.
Yeah.
Maybe these will make an appearance at your Thanksgiving dinner. And hey, you guys, if you're watching, if you want to bring a little international flair to your Thanksgiving Day table along with that turkey,
Yeah.
these are easy to make, so quick and easy. You can throw some of these on your table and enjoy some corn fritters. And a side note, if you do have leftovers, throw those in the fridge. You can even throw them in the freezer, and then don't microwave them. And don't pat them dry with a paper towel, because that will make them soggy as well. So if you have any leftovers and you do keep those, they'll keep for about 3 days. I wouldn't take it longer than 2. But when you bring them out, just heat some oil again, throw them back in there for just long enough to heat them on both sides, and that'll keep them nice and crispy.
Perfect.
Love it. Well, Jennifer, you are so much fun, and you are such a good spirit letting us throw all this at you. Thank you for just blindly trusting me and bringing us into your kitchen. We had so much fun with you, and now we have this new recipe, and now I'm craving some corn fritters.
Yeah, you'll definitely have to get some. No, thanks so much for having me. I'm so glad that it came out decent instead of a mess. So I would call it a success. There were no
I'm
injuries
impressed with that.
and a success. Yes.
It's true. No spills, no messes, no injuries. This is a success.
That's perfect. Yeah, very good.
Cookbook, here we come. Cooking channel. Look us up if you want to, build a show around us. We understand why you would want to do that.
Absolutely.
We're here. I love it. Well, Jennifer, before we go out, will you guys enjoy these delicious corn fritters? Do you have anything you want to say to everybody?
Just thank you so much for allowing me to be here tonight, and for my special guest, Madeline. And just thank you so much for all you do, all the viewers, for everything that you do to help us, to support us as staff, and for getting us to that $100,000. That's an amazing feat that you announced before everything started. So, no, just thanks for everything. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And I think that's it. I think
Maggie.
thirsty. Do you have anything to say, Miss Assistant? No? I mean, it's a live show, everybody. Live show.
Live show. This is real life happening right there in the Beckman kitchen. I love it. Well, I'm going to let you get back to making the rest of those corn fritters, and I hope the family enjoys them as much as Maddie is right now.
Keep going if you want some more. Oh, you're just going to take it? All right, she's leaving with the fritters, so okay.
Success. I count that as a massive success. And you're right, that cookbook does need a whole Maddie approved chapter. I like where we're going with this. That means, I think, Jennifer, you're going to have to make all these recipes, and they only make the book if Maddie approves of them.
Okay, that's fair. She likes lobster and salmon. Like, she's got quite the palate. So we can have a lot of variety in there. Yeah.
Love it. You know what? I have a lobster roll. I have a lobster roll recipe from Switzerland. So we'll make this a whole international thing.
That sounds delicious. I love lobster rolls.
Do that for next time. Yeah. Deal. Well, Jennifer, thank you for everything you've done. And I know that your grandpa would be so proud of you. And I love that you're keeping his story alive and doing this in his honor. So to him, to you, awesome. Love you guys.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks again.
Of course. Have a great night.
You too. Or morning, I should say. Morning.
I'll have a great morning. You have a great night.
Perfect.
Bye. You guys, thanks for hanging with us and trying something different. I hope you guys loved it. But seriously, chime in the last minute before we kick this out. If you guys like this, if you want to see more recipes, or hey, you know what? If you want a recipe, we will shoot that out to you. Send me an email, season@alsachicago.org with your favorite recipes. Let's see if we can get this Sunflower Hour cookbook off the ground. That's a perfect idea. Again, thank you for joining us. This is so amazing, and that is true. We only have one more show of this year of 2021. I can't believe this. We have one more show on December 7th. Our second December show is in the midst of Christmas, so we want everyone to really be there with their family and enjoy some time. So we will see you back on December 7th for another amazing episode. And until then, everybody, be bright and shine your light. We'll see you next time.